If you ask any news reporter on our staff, someone will have experience with being quoted by national news or national news outlets. It's always exciting when we see it, but just the sheer fact of reporting in Berkeley gets us on national headlines, covering protests, talking about Milo and Ann Coulter. Just the atmosphere of Berkeley makes it onto national headlines, and the fact that we're the first person there, we're always covering Berkeley, makes us very visible to the rest of the country. Right before I went to go protest, my editor told us to be really careful just because at University of Washington someone got shot. So they were like, if you hear any gunshots, make sure to just come to the office. Don't feel like you have to continue reporting if you don't feel safe. And everything kind of blew up. So when the fire happened, when the tear gas came out, when people were beating each other up, it was definitely scary. I was running back and forth. My phone died. I had to run back to the office, get a portable charger, come back. And I was like really panicky, especially when you're live tweeting. You know that you want to consistently like report, but also you have to gauge what's going on around you. And I've never been to a protest turned violent, so that was a really interesting experience for me. It was kind of overwhelming because you don't really have time to process your own opinions about what's going on. You just have to continue like reporting and figuring out what's happening and what are the facts. So yeah, it can be very overwhelming, but it's also, you kind of have an adrenaline rush in those kind of environments. Continuing to be in the newsroom and reporting and writing keeps me on my feet. It keeps me aware of a lot of things that are going on. I get to talk to really cool people, and I am continuously practicing my writing and editing skills. So I think it just makes me like a better thinker in general. So even if I don't know if I'm going into journalism in the future, I know it just like makes me smarter and helps me in many different ways, even when it comes to classes and stuff, and talking to other people. So that's why I continue journalism. I think it's really fun to walk into the office and just kind of have your own space on this campus. I mean, we have a kitchen, we have a fridge, you know, there's a bunch of wall quotes, everyone's sitting around. We've kind of made it as homely as we can, just so that even if we're spending all our hours there, we still do feel comfortable. Even like you'll see reporters, even if it's not their work day, just come in and sit around and talk to people just because, like, you know, if you are sitting alone in a library, you might miss talking to people, so you can just come into the office. On a big campus like this, it's really great to have somewhere else to go besides just where you live, because it makes the campus kind of smaller.